Hey everybody, this is Derek, aka No One on YouTube. Thank you for clicking on my video. And we're going to do a double Dan Vasc reaction as a Patreon request from Linda Wingfield, aka Grandma's Got Grace. So make sure that you say hi to Linda in the comment section. And we're going to do, she requested the song Fairytale. Now, this is what she wrote on Patreon. It says, speaking of Dan's storybook voice, I'll mention another of his, Baby Dan, a term a lot of us use for his older, just out of his teens videos, and Adult Dan video presentations. Thus, two different videos that Dan has done. The early one is good, but the later one is another term we all tend to use, Dantastic. The song is Fairytale, and the two links are below. So she sent me the links. Let me see. She says, I'm pretty sure this version will be much more down your alley. I'm thinking she's referring to the more recent one. Be sure to read that description as well. I look forward to both reactions. So very nice. So we're going to do that. Of course, Phoebe at the moment is like being a little, what's the word? A little needy. But anyways, so what I'm going to do, let me just, hold on one second. What's wrong, sweetie? I don't know. She's freaked out. You know how cats are. So hold on one second. Well, thank you for holding on. Welcome back. So, as I said before, we're going to do both the Baby Dan and the Adult Dan of the song Fairytale. So I looked at the description of the Baby Dan one, and there's nothing in the description here. Now, in the newer one, he says, this is my Shaman Fairytale cover video where I cover Andre Mattis's vocals on this beautiful song. It is my second attempt to do so, the first being 6 years ago. And even this one was put up in 2018, August 15th, 2018. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, let's just make sure that we get like the best quality. Doesn't look like this one's going to be the greatest, but this was a long time ago. So let's go for the first one. He does look young there.
Fairy lady who stands on the walls. Life is short and wait is long. The stars are waiting with the dawn. Fairy lady who stands on the walls. Your time has only begun. From far the nowhere land, the wind is blowing the sound of home. Fairy lady, your love is long gone.
Okay, so you know what I was thinking for the first part of that is that, you know, obviously technology has gotten so much better now. And so when he was singing in that lower register, it seems like maybe because of the mixing or whatever, but the music was a little overpowering. You could change all of that nowadays with certain things, like if you use GarageBand or whatever studio setup that he uses now. But what I also appreciate here is the fact that he knows he's about to go into a belting voice, and I don't see a pop filter on this microphone, so he steps back to do the belting so that it doesn't overpower in the recording. and it worked. So um, you'll notice that even like sometimes Dimash will do that. Sometimes Florianten will do that. Sometimes certain singers will do that. I think Daria does that too. Many vocalists, um, they'll be singing, but then they'll do that. Actually, Adam Lambert does that too. When they're about to belt, they'll pull back, not only their head back, but then also the microphone back so that they can project. But anyways, we're here for Dan Vasc. So I loved how he did that.
Slow down.
Nice vibrato. So even back then as a young man, he had incredible support, breath control, and breath support. So that was great. He sustained that note very, very well. It never wavered. He sustained that note and even added a slight vibrato at the end. I like that little rasp. Beautiful sustained notes he has, and again, just that beautiful raspy fry that he has in his voice, even back then. Again, what year was this uploaded? 2012. Wow, so that was 13 years ago. Yeah. So 13 years ago, he had an impeccable voice. Impeccable.
Life is good. Oh, life is good. Oh, life is good. As good as a kiss.
Oh, I love that flute. Unless that's another winged instrument. I just say winged. I meant wind.
To the skies
Back to that rich, warm lower register. I love it.
turning to sparks that shine with the stars. And by night it will always be there for this lady to stand and the seas never die.
Well, that was beautiful and stunning. And I guess I can ask the question, can it get better than that? Okay, so he did it 7 years later. So that's what we're going to take a look at. And I ask the question again, can it get better than that? And I mean, it's Dan Vasc, so it probably will. But that was an amazing performance already, as it was 13 years ago. So, all right, let's see what Dan Vasc has for us in this updated version. So we had Baby Dan, and now we have Adult Dan. So let's go.
Jesu, Salvator Mundi,
Love it.
tue familis venir, vos precioso sanguine, vos precioso sanguine, redemisti.
What amazing harmonies that was, vocal harmonies. You know, when he does that, he reminds me of like Freddie Mercury. When Queen did Bohemian Rhapsody, that was Freddie Mercury that did all those vocal harmonies at the beginning of the song, right? Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? That was all Freddie. All right, let's see where this is going to go. The music sounds way better, obviously, with technology now. And Dan looks amazing here, too.
Fair lady who stands on the wall.
You can hear him way better here.
Life is short and wait is long.
So yes, it's better.
The stars are waiting with the dawn. Fairy lady who stands on the walls, your tale has only begun. It comes from far the nowhere land. The wind is blowing a sound well known. Fairy lady, your love is long gone. Oh, darling, hear my soul and hear my cry.
Ooh, his vibrato is so much better here. What's the word? I don't want to use the word improved. It's just... What's the word I'm thinking of? Let me just ask this. From the Baby Dan version till here, did he have vocal training? I know he had vocal training, but was it in between here? Or did he already have his vocal training before he did that other video? But either way, a vocalist will, they have to do vocal warm-ups. They have to train their body and they have to train their voice to improve and to go into certain spaces and areas. They have to use certain muscles, including back muscles in some cases, to push out certain sounds. And so as a vocalist, you can clearly see his advancement. That's a good word. His advancement. It's not just improvement, it's advancement. So let's keep on going. Oh, hello. Beautiful vibrato.
Life is good. Life is good. Life is good.
So beautiful when he's in his head voice.
As you wish. Really late, the horses are back, bringing joy and happiness. But all of a sudden, the horses are gone. It was only the sound of your heartbeat alone. Oh, darling, hear my soul and hear my cry. Good soul, my crying may flood an ocean in my heart.
Loving that cry.
Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. As good as a kiss.
I don't know why I want to dress like a hobbit and like dance around with a pint.
Oh, my darling, now I cannot help my cries. My tears have drawn me, and endurance feels so realized. What's left around me?
Wow.
It's all so strange, it's all so dull.
Power.
I'm all alone here to mend the pieces of my heart.
Okay, so before we get into the guitar solo, so again, with the advancement is clearly seen and heard, even in his performance, because I forgot what lyric he just said, but the emotion conveyed is like, I don't know, there's like a sadness, a desperation, maybe mixed with a little bit of aggression. Let me go back just to kind of hear like what he was saying again. But again, he's perfected his performing, his stage presence you could say. I mean, I know he's not on a stage, but he's perfected his performance from Baby Dan.
What's left around me? It's all so strange, it's all so dull.
I love the strings in the background. I'm all alone here. You can see it and you can feel it.
Little lady, your tale has an end. For your love to the skies was sent.
I don't know why this has a little folky element for me.
Sparks that shine with a star.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Celtic influence.
By night he will always be there for his lady to stare, and thus he's never.
Ooh, that was a nice vibrato. Hold on.
Never
Beautiful.
died.
Oh, that was great.
Hey my friends, that was one more re-recording of an old cover here on the channel. If you don't know, I already recorded this cover 6 years ago. I will link it on the description below. I've been working very hard on my singing since then. Hopefully you will find that there was some improvement. Hey, I have a question for you, and I want you to think hard about this one. Tell me one thing that you do today a lot better than 6-7 years ago. Let me know in the comment section below. My friends, I hope to see you next time. Meanwhile, here's a couple more videos for you to watch. Have yourselves an epic day.
The wind is blowing a sound well known. Fairy lady of love.
Okay, so now I really don't know anything about the original song or the original artist that did this. So is hold on one second. Thank you for holding. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, about the original singer. So it says Shaman. So is that the original artist? Shaman Fairytale cover. So I don't know who that is. Let me just very briefly kind of like do a little search. I know I probably should have done this first, but wait, is it Shaman? No, Shaman Fairytale. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there is an original clip here, but I just kind of want to. Okay, let's see what Genius says. Now, Genius says at the about. Oh, there is no about on here. Usually there's an about. Let me see. Generate an answer from AI. Let's see what AI has to say. Fairytale by Shaman explores themes of love, loss, and longing, depicting a narrative where a fairy lady, so not fair lady, but fairy, a fairy lady waits for her love who has transformed into stars. The song conveys a sense of melancholy. Okay, so I kind of definitely felt that. And hope, suggesting that love endures even after separation. Fairytale is a song by the band Oh, it was a band. The band Shaman that explores themes of love, loss, and longing. Okay. The lyrics depict a narrative filled with imagery of a fairy lady and her emotional journey. Key themes. The song reflects on a love that has faded, with lines expressing sorrow and a sense of abandonment. The fairy lady symbolizes hope and nostalgia, representing a connection to a past love. Then there's emotional struggle. The lyrics convey feelings of loneliness. Yeah, remember when Dan screamed out, like, I am lonely here? I think that's what he said. And the struggle to mend a broken heart. Imagery of darkness and longing illustrates the depth of the emotional experience. So you can definitely see how adult Dan perfected his performance of that and the portrayal of the emotion. Now it says imagery and symbolism. Fairy lady, it says, represents beauty and the idealization of love, stands as a figure of strength amidst emotional turmoil. Stars in the sky symbolize the enduring nature of love, suggesting that even when love is lost, it remains in memory. So the song captures a poignant tale of heartache, blending fantasy with deep emotional resonance. So, very, very interesting. Just kind of wanted I probably should have did that first. So sorry, everybody. But I'm glad that I was able to check all of this out and to have the little comparison of Baby Dan and Adult Dan, and to see his improvement or I should say advancement from, the one performance to the other. And I'm almost positive that if he was to do it today in 2025, there would even be more advancement, because he is a trained vocalist, and like he said, he was working hard to get that kind of like advancement. So I mean, we see like some of the stuff that he's been putting out recently. So he's only continuing to master his craft. That's a good way to put it. Master his craft. So anyways, thank you, Linda, for recommending this to me, both versions, and to do it, as a side-by-side. And I'm going to have the links to both original videos that come from Dan Vasc's channels in the description. I'm going to have all of Dan Vasc's socials in the description, so you can go follow him. It's all about supporting the band and the artists. And then if you like my reaction, then I hope that you will press like. I hope you will subscribe. I noticed that about 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, so I hope that you will consider subscribing. And I have an Instagram. I hope that you will follow me on Instagram, and it's not going to be the same stuff that I post on here. Every social media platform has its different purpose. So maybe you can see like a couple of behind the scenes pictures, and I'm going to post some other stuff on there as well. I like to post up like stories. I like to like find little things and then just like repost it as my own story so that you can see it. So follow me on Instagram if you'd like. Also, I started a Discord server, and I have like a few different channels on there. And you can get to know me better as a person, and I can get to know you better as a person, and we can share things from pictures of food, pictures of our pets, to mental health support. There's a channel for introducing each other to new bands and performances, and we can talk about movies, we can talk about TV shows, we can talk about music, we can talk about different things. I have different channels that I included in the server. And also on Instagram, you can send me a direct message, a DM. And which, by the way, reminds me, I just met a new friend, another YouTube reactor, and he DM'd me on Instagram with a request, and I'm going to do that next. So thank you very much for sticking around with me for these past, I don't know, this was a half an hour video. I didn't realize that. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And a shout out to Linda. Grandma's got grace. Peace out.